Welcome to this explainer. I'm absolutely pumped you're tuning in because today we are diving into something that honestly feels a bit like modern magic. We're going to deconstruct exactly how to build a professional cinematic AI workflow using genuinely free tools. If you've been watching this massive explosion of AI-generated content and wondering how on earth are independent creators producing film-grade edits without massive studio budgets, well, you are in the exact right place. We are going to build a $0 studio, step by step, using the tools that are totally reshaping the creative landscape right now. Okay, let's dive right into this because this recent Reddit post from a totally frustrated user perfectly captures what like half the internet is thinking right now. You know the feeling. You have this amazing vision, you spend 20 minutes carefully crafting the absolute perfect prompt, you wait for the render, and right as you go to download your masterpiece, boom, you hit a paywall. It's incredibly demoralizing when you're literally just trying to create. So to get around that, here's our structured assembly line roadmap for today. 1. The hidden paywall problem. 2. Top free video generators. 3. The multi-tool strategy. 4. Cinematic finishing touches. And 5. The 200 clip rule. Section 1. The hidden paywall problem. The truth behind free credits. We have to start by addressing the elephant in the room here. We've all seen the myth, right? 50 free credits, endless possibilities. But the frustrating reality, complex generations just eat those credits alive. Suddenly, those 50 credits are totally exhausted after maybe 2 or 3 short clips. And on top of that, platforms might downgrade your resolution to a super dated 480p, slap a massive watermark across your footage, or just force you into a queue where you're waiting 10+ minutes while the paid users skip the line. It literally kills your creative momentum. Section 2. Top free video generators. The engine room. And this brilliantly illustrates how we bypass those traps. We don't just rely on one single piece of software for everything. Instead, we assign specific superpowers to each tool. Think of Kling 3.0 as your human motion expert. Luma Dream Machine, that's your cinematic B-roll director. It's absolutely perfect for crafting those high photorealism, dramatic, cliffhanger hero shots. Cdance 2.0 acts as your rapid iteration engine. And Grok Imagine is your social clip specialist, mostly because it gives you daily resets and, super rarely for free tools, no watermarks on your downloads. I really want to zoom in on Cdance 2.0 for a second, because it's an absolute game changer when it comes to speed. Generative video is only actually useful if regeneration is cheap and fast. Cdance gives you a 30-second rapid generation loop. That means you can test 10 different variations in the time it takes other models to render just 3. It also features this wild omni-reference capability. You can feed it up to 9 images, 3 videos, and 3 audio inputs in a single call to dial in exactly what you want. Plus, its first and last frame interpolation lets you dictate exactly where emotion starts and ends. So if you need specific background positioning for a scene, say blocking down the exact framing of a neon-lit alleyway while the camera moves through it, this feature is exactly how you do it seamlessly. Now, what's really interesting about this next tool is how Kling 3.0 solves one of the most notorious problems in AI, hallucinating weird human motion. If your scene requires a character to walk or gesture or interact with an object, Kling is just unmatched in the free tier. It actually understands natural body physics. In testing, it effortlessly animated really complex actions, like a hand naturally wrapping its fingers around an apple, all while maintaining completely solid face consistency throughout the entire shot. This is your go-to when the narrative absolutely demands a realistic human presence. Section 3. The multi-tool strategy. The assembly line. Having these incredible engines is awesome, but professional creators know that raw output isn't a finished product. You have to string these tools together into a highly efficient workflow. So here's your step-by-step pipeline. Step 1, concept validation. Use your fast, generous tools like Cdance or Grok to quickly test out ideas. Step 2, hero shots. Once you know what you want, bring in the heavy hitters. Use Luma for those stunning cinematic cliffhangers, or Kling for complex human movement. Step 3, talking heads. If you need lip sync or a presenter, route that through HeyGen or Meta AI. And finally, step 4, stitching and editing. Bring all these distinct clips into CapCut. CapCut is absolutely crucial here because if you use their desktop app, you can stitch everything together, add your transitions, and export the final piece in up to 4K resolution without adding a single watermark. It's basically the ultimate $0 editing bay. Section 4, cinematic finishing touches. Applying the final coat of paint. But hey, we aren't quite done yet. Raw AI output, even when it's stitched together, usually lacks that final layer of professional polish. It needs finishing touches to transform it from a generated clip into actual cinematic art. And this is where a finishing tool like the LD app comes into play. It's available right on your phone, and this layer-based editor lets you add cinematic color grades to unify footage from completely different AI models. You can also use their light volume feature to add dynamic light rays and atmospheric textures, which is totally perfect for emphasizing specific background positioning. Think like God rays filtering perfectly through a forest canopy. You can drop in elegant typography presets for a classy key art look and use adjustment layers to mask and fine-tune specific areas. It's that final coat of paint that completely tricks the eye into seeing high-end production instead of just a raw AI experiment. Section 5. The 210 clip rule, grounding AI in reality.
So the crucial point is we really need to ground all of this incredible technology in reality. Creating with AI is incredibly fast, yes, but it isn't magic. It requires patience and a real understanding of the medium itself. 200. This is the uncomfortable truth of the $0 studio, famously known among creators as the 200 clip rule. To create a seamless, cohesive 6-minute explainer, which is roughly 360 seconds of footage, you need about 72 successful, high-quality clips. But because AI will inevitably hallucinate weird hands, physics glitches, or straight-up melting faces, you can't just generate 72 clips and call it a day. No way. You will likely need to generate upwards of 200 clips just to get those 72 perfectly usable ones. You absolutely have to plan your free daily credits and your rapid iteration workflows around this reality. Iteration isn't a sign of failure here. It is literally the fundamental process of AI filmmaking.
And that brings us to the ultimate question. You now know exactly how to dodge those hidden paywalls, you have your multi-tool assembly line, and you know how to apply those cinematic finishing touches while managing the sheer reality of AI generation. The barrier to entry has quite literally been reduced to zero. The only limit now, it's your own imagination. So take these tools, set up your workflow, and start experimenting. What will you build now that you have a $0 cinematic studio right at your fingertips? Get out there and start creating.